my bad.
Do you like it? It looks nice, doesn't it?
Hussmas tree?
You match.
You tell me
bro.
that
You
this
match
shoe
with
looks
it.
bad.
That same green set shirt that you've had on for a month now, you match perfectly with your tree.
I have 2 of these. Where's the other one? I'll go find you.
Yeah, all right, Hulk.
Hold on, I'll go find
What
it.
do you got purple pants on under that too?
No, gray sweatpants.
You got the Hulk.
It's like on your Bonnie.
Champion.
Hulk giddy up.
Yeah, don't get me mad.
All right, go on, moderator.
Good.
Go on, moderator.
2:15. Try to get this on the road. Chelsea, Huddersfield. Huddersfield absolutely played off the park here. We're talking about Premier League Matchday 17. The first 3 games were today. The rest of the games are going to be tomorrow. Yeah, man, Chelsea absolutely making Huddersfield look like a bunch of little boys during this game. The score should have been way worse than 3-1.
But, Conte must have heard us talking over the weekend because who starts? Willian and Pedro. And with those 2 fellas in the game, with Hazard up top, they look dangerous. They look dangerous time and time again. Those guys are too crucial to be sitting on the bench all year.
Who doesn't start?
They started because Morata was down. Bishoy doesn't get a
that's only one person out.
You play Hazard at the number 9 instead of Batshuayi. I mean, it worked for them this game, but it was hilarious to see Batshuayi not even get off the bench. Hazard, smallest guy in the field, plays up top, and then Willian and Pedro supporting. But there's more attacking than he's played in weeks. The most attacking formation I've seen him play.
Yeah, man, I agree. It was a shame, bro. That just goes to show you how little I think Conte believes in Michy Batshuayi, to replace. I know Eden Hazard is a world-class player, but it just shows that there's no trust there. Even if he does believe him, he doesn't quite trust him to lead the line of Chelsea. And I don't know why in the past weeks he hasn't trusted Pedro nor Willian, but these guys have goals in their game, man, and they rewarded the team. They rewarded Conte after starting him. And, they were just slicing and dicing them, man. Chelsea, like my bro was saying, man, it was ugly. It was like a team being bullied in the rain, and it was hard to watch at times. It
was ugly, man. It was absolutely ugly. Chelsea obviously played well, but I think the story is more Huddersfield just capitulating to Chelsea. It was like, it's a cold, rainy night. It looked like the Huddersfield players weren't up for it. This is a team that beat Man United. Not to say Man United is the best team in the world or anything, but, it was a Pogba in the game. So there are these big names in that game, and they managed to step up for that one. So it's like, what happened here? They from the first minute, they just didn't want any part of it.
I'll tell you, that first goal from Bakayoko came out of a slip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the goalkeeper.
That first goal, man. They played well into the 23rd minute, and then a simple error by the goalie, slips on the clearance, and Chelsea punished.
But, Al, what about Chris Lowe there? He's trying to back heel with the outside of his left foot or something, or why not just use your right foot and get it off the line? Maybe, I don't know, maybe the ball was behind him a little bit, but even that clearance, it was a shit clearance, man. You do anything to stop it from going in. It looks like he tried to use the outside of the foot, and that's something we're seeing a lot more nowadays. Players trying to use the outside of the foot a lot of the time when you just make sure contact, use the inside of your foot and get it out.
Yeah, it's those basics, man, that make you, that's the difference between a Huddersfield player and a top 6 player, a top 4 player even. That those little basic things, man, in the back line.
Well, did anyone really expect Chelsea to lose this game? After losing this past weekend, I'm surprised it didn't get even more out of hand. Yes, there was a slip, there was a bad play, but at the same time, you're saying that Huddersfield played well for the first 23 minutes. I mean, 23 minutes is nothing in a 90-minute game. I knew that Chelsea was going to win. It's just one of those things where how many goals were they going to win by? They just have that pedigree. Huddersfield doesn't have the talent to win again. They beat United. They're not consistently going to beat top 16.
You'd say the same about West Ham, right? That they don't have the talent to beat Chelsea, yet they did. So the EPL, man, out of all the leagues in the world, it's one of those leagues where you never know.
I would say that West Ham, on paper, has much, much more talent than Huddersfield. Just if we're going to be going by who's on the team, and I mean, hell,
okay, Joey. We're not comparing West Ham and Huddersfield, though, are we?
Are we
comparing Chelsea to them?
You were comparing West Ham to Huddersfield because you said, well, you wouldn't expect that from West Ham. I think
I'm comparing West Ham and Chelsea, and I'm comparing Huddersfield and Chelsea.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were comparing West Ham and Huddersfield because of West Ham, how they did.
No, I'm just saying, dude. Like on any given day, you can lose. Like you say that everyone expected. In my predictions, which I'm not doing so hot in, I thought that Huddersfield might nick one off Chelsea because I kind of saw like a downslope. I wasn't sure if Conte was going to rotate Willian and Pedro in. So I think because he did, they ended up getting this result.
Well, man, go ahead, Huss.
I was going to say, but you said any given day. Look, that any given day happened this past weekend. It's not going to happen consistently. A team like Chelsea is not going to lose 2 games in a row to a West Ham and a Huddersfield.
I mean, Chelsea lost to Palace. They lost to West Ham. So they can lose to anybody. United can lose to Huddersfield. But I think recalling Willian to the starting lineup, something that we've all been calling for in our studio, get this guy back on the pitch. He comes on, 2 assists and a goal. This guy was electric. He was fast. He was exciting. He has to leave and come to United in January.
Yeah, right.
That'd be great. I would, man. I would love that. But yeah, it's probably not going to happen. But yeah, man, Chelsea TCB'd here. They showed up ready to silence the media, silence the fans, or at least the rowdy fans. And they just took care of business. There was no chance Huddersfield was ever going to win this one based on, the first 5 minutes of the game. Chelsea was just up for it, flicks everywhere, bodying up, covering, pressing. Like, they were just on a different level today.
And Chris Lowe, too, man, messing up on that, just terrible positioning on that Willian header. Alonso delivering great crosses throughout the game. Yeah, like you said, it was TCB for sure.
Definitely. Anything else before we wrap this one up?
Willian, man of the match.
I agree.
Willian.
Get this guy starting.
Same.
Oh, all the way around. I love it.
Just a quick touch, everybody. This episode of the Podcast FC show is brought to you by RX Bar. RX Bar is a whole food protein bar made of 100% whole ingredients. They want to be transparent with their customers, which is you and us, which is why they label their core ingredients right on the package. They don't mess around. They don't lie to you. So they got egg whites, dates, nuts. My favorite is the peanut butter. It's Tom's holding one up now. Peanut butter is really nice. It's 3 egg whites, 14 peanuts, 2 dates, and absolutely no BS.
No BS.
Beyond the go-to snack that checks off a number of nutritional boxes, you can have this thing on the way to work, on the way to the gym, after practice, any time of the day in your little cubicle. It's kind of a meal replacer because it sticks to your insides. The one I like, the peanut butter, it just coats. It's like peanut butter. It coats the insides of your stomach, keeps you full for a few hours. And they found that creating a bar made of real whole food ingredients actually tastes better than anything out there. They don't need fillers, the additives, the chemicals, or the added sugar. I mean, Huss, what's your favorite? You like these things, right?
Well, I was actually just thinking about them. These are great to keep in your car if you're going out the night before, maybe if you're staying over someone's house, if you meet somebody at the bar, you stay over. The next morning, they're great to have in the glove box because, look, you might be a little hungover. Just get a water, get a little hydrated, get that energy back. It's compact. I really do like them. Which one I think I like the peanut butter as well. There was a few other ones that were. Mixed berry was good. Weren't you just holding up mixed berry, Tom?
Yep, mixed berry. Mixed berry is my favorite.
So
that was pretty good. We need to get more of those.
So if you're interested in RX Bar, for 25% off your first order, visit rxbar.com/podcastfc and enter promo code podcastfc at checkout. All right, so that's rxbar.com/podcastfc, promo code podcastfc at checkout. Okay. And if you guys are more curious, you can go on Instagram, www.instagram.com/rxbar. Same for Facebook, facebook.com/rxbar. Twitter, twitter.com/rxbar. Check it out. Great snack. Good for you. And no BS.
Love it.
Booyah.
Favorite snacks. Let's get into it. Crystal Palace getting it done at Selhurst Park, 2-1 against Watford. 10-man Watford. Boy, oh boy, what a comeback. 2 goals in the dying 3 to 5 minutes.
We're staying up. Eagles are flying, baby. I believe I can fly. Believe I can touch the sky. Baby, out of the relegation zone. First time this season. Eagles flying high. Granted, they played a game more than the other teams in the relegation zone, but sitting in 17th place. Quick stat for you, all right? They have 14 points right now. 10 of those points have come in the last 6 games. All right?
Why?
They're undefeated in the last 6. Roy Hodgson, baby. Roy Hodgson. It would be more points if Benteke wasn't so cowish. Okay? It'd be more points.
Nah, Brad. Nothing to do with Roy Hodgson. This is all about Wilfred Zaha. Okay?
Absolutely.
Willie Zaha is the main man. He's ready. Okay, he's ready for the next level. And for me, the next level for him is a top 7, anywhere from 7 and above. Don't quite think he's ready for the top 6. Liverpool, let's check the EPL standings. I don't think he's quite ready for that level yet. See a little bit more consistently. And if he's at an Everton, I think Everton will be perfect for him. He could be the main man there. He could definitely
reunite with Balassi. Reunion, baby. Get those boys back on the wings.
Bro, he's such a problem, man. Like, from his one-on-one dribbling, creating opportunities, he's trying to go at Janmat, who managed to get himself a goal too. But I think the biggest golden rule we witnessed in this game was Troy Deeney, Richarlison putting a perfect cross on the ground to him. Maybe Scott Dan threw him off, but it was a sitter. Troy Deeney was not able to finish. This is what happens, boys and girls. You end up losing the game.
Yeah, man. If you're not grateful to the soccer gods for the opportunities you're granted, man, they make you pay. You're wasteful early in the game. Odds are, late in the game, when you need that bit of luck, you're not going to get it. That cross to MacArthur from Zaha to win the game was touched by a Watford defender, and the ball wasn't going to a player. The defenders were going to be able to clear it out because, it wasn't an accurate ball. It was more hopeful, like break down the line.
Destiny.
And it was destiny, man. It was destiny. It was the gods. Watford guy touches it straight to MacArthur. MacArthur kind of scuffs it, but at the same time, that scuff is perfect as it spins away from the goalie. Beautiful goal, man. Absolute hustle. And then Sacco as well to tie the game. Gets 2 bites at it in the 18, in the 5.
Bro, this isn't like that, 83rd minute? They were down. Yeah, bro, it was crazy.
89th. They scored in the 89th and the 92nd.
Yeah, it was 1 minute apart. This killed me because just fantasy-wise, I had Mariappa in my back line. I was like, oh, here we go, 1-0. We're looking pretty good. Going to get the 6 points. With that Janmat goal, I swear to God, I don't even think about Janmat when Janmat does something. All I think about is Al. Because he loves –
that's his boy.
Like, honestly, when I saw it, I didn't even, picture, him scoring. I pictured Al. I was like, I almost texted, Al, your boy. But, I mean, when it comes down to it, Troy Deeney, I mean, you're the heart and soul of this team. You got to put that type of thing in. You got to put that ball in. Yeah. And you know what? Cleverly. That's a dumb play by Cleverly. You got a yellow card already. Why are you going in like that? Come on, be a captain. Well, not be a captain, but be a leader.
Did you see that raw miss? He's top of the box. Classic Man United quality. Just shakes. Just misses the ball completely. That forces him into slowing down the counterattack and getting the yellow card.
Yeah, it was a deserved yellow. Man, deserved second yellow straight up. You see those tackles happen all the time, man. If he doesn't make that tackle, who knows? I mean, Zaha's off to the races. Tiki sprinting, MacArthur. It was a break-in, So, yeah, that card probably wasn't necessary, or that tackle, I want to say, wasn't necessary. But yeah, he
what
did
about
what
that
he
shank
had to do.
though?
Man, that was Scholes. Scholes. That's what he's seeing in his head, man. Playing with Scholes, top of the box, baby. But it's funny for Janmat, dude. Scores in the 3rd minute, flying high, rampaging. Also, actually, great tactics by Watford, man. Flying fullbacks up the field. He had no business being in there, but you show Marco Silva's mentality in the game. But then the rest of the game, dude, got roasted by Zaha. So I don't know if it was worth it, man. Just got dusted. That goal counted for nothing. But yeah, Willie Zaha, man. This is his team.
Yeah,
and the boys.
Martino Kiko goes off injured. Comes on, gets broken by Zaha. Well, not quite broken, but kind of didn't help Janmat on the cover.
Janmat.
And leaves the field. Like, it was like 2 minutes left to play. He runs off the pitch and goes straight to the locker room. Doesn't, get medical attention. Just taps out. And that was kind of weird, that sort of defeatist look. Just a guy walking off by himself.
And I like that guy too.
Permission. Yeah, he's nice, man. He's nice. I think he doesn't like Watford too much.
You know who else is nice?
Who else?
Julian Speroni, a 38-year-old, 400th game for CP. I'm clapping for this guy. I don't care. You guys don't have to clap. 400 games for one club.
Dude, that's badass. That's
and you got to win.
He's on my bench for fantasy. But you know what? If we're going to throw shout-outs, we got to throw shout-out to Richarlison. Again, you know what? He should have had 2 assists. He was the one that gave that ball to Deeney. He's just doing work. And then one more thing. Scale 1 to 10. What do you think the chances are that Zaha leaves in January?
0.
Slim to none.
One.
Something on.
Cool.
One out of what?
I don't know if someone's gonna bite.
Scale out of 1 to 10, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna bite? Are you gonna bite your own sandwich, Huss?
No, I mean I was only thinking like maybe I was thinking like a 4.
Plus, you can't catch fish with garbage. The hell's not going anywhere. No one's biting that bait. No way.
Maybe. Never know. You never know who's gonna get injured in the next week or two.
Then on the other side, Burnley versus Stoke. Burnley, my clean sheet tactic. I had 3 Burnley players across the back line. They get a clean sheet, 1-0 against Stoke. But unfortunately, Ward has to leave the game in the 41st minute, and Ben Mee still out injured. But somehow this team with a patchwork back line continues to get clean sheets. And best news is top 4 for these guys. This is crazy.
Burnley top 4?
Burnley are top 4, man.
I know, man. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, okay, they've played one more game than Liverpool and Arsenal. But they can live the dream. Why not live the dream, man?
Dude, and I think with Leicester having set that example of, guys, if you keep your head down, weird things can happen in the EPL. I'm not sitting here saying Burnley's going to be, in the Champions League next year, but they could play spoiler for a lot of clubs. They could take a result from Liverpool and Arsenal when they crucially need it, and rescue Tottenham, vice versa. So the fact that they're in that neighborhood of top 4 is very scary for the teams around that neighborhood, because
Sean Dyche is the truth. Sean Dyche is the truth. Defense wins championships. Let's go, Sean Dyche. Get up the table, son.
Well, I'm not sure if he's actually the truth. I mean, he's doing really well with this team, but I'm not. When it comes down to it, if he leaves for a top 6 team, yes, I know they're in 4th at the moment, but I mean, I'm talking about year in, year out. You know who they are. If he leaves for a big name team, does he do just as well with different types of personalities on the team?
I think it depends on the team, man. If it's an attacking team historically, then no. I think it'll be like that Moyes thing coming to United, where Moyes was trying to adjust his tactics to opponents, not necessarily set the tone like a Pep Guardiola would or Klopp would. So, Huss, I get your point. It's super, like, he wouldn't fit in at Arsenal, because that's that free flow and he plays more organized. But he could maybe come in at Tottenham if Mauricio Pochettino decides to go to Spain or wherever he decides to go. He could fit in just nicely at Tottenham. Very organized, have some flair players in there as well.
I don't think he's ready for that life.
No, he's not ready. What I'm saying is his style, though. We're just talking styles. He's not ready for that life. Burnley, it's only 17 games into the season. This is,
I don't think his style matches up with any of the top 6 teams. All those teams are ball dominant, possession attacking teams. Just my thought on it, man. He seems like more of like
Tony Pulis.
David Moyes, like you're saying, Tony Pulis, be structured and go from there.
I think he's like that because of his team, man. What's he gonna play? The Pep Guardiola style with Tarkowski and Ben Mee?
No, but look at Marco Silva, right? He has way more of a look at Watford and how they play. They're not sit back, defend, structure, and go forward. And Watford may have a few more attacking players, but he wants to play an attacking style. That's his coaching philosophy. I think Dyche's philosophy, and I don't know for sure, but it seems to be along the lines of a Tony Pulis, along the lines of, just like even Ranieri, where he will attack, but the first things first, be organized.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And other side, Stoke City, man. Their fans are kind of having it with Mark Hughes. They're only in 15th, but not far from the relegation zone. I mean, it's only 3 points. I like Mark Hughes. I like what he's doing at Stoke City. They had a good couple seasons in recent history, man, but kind of a turn for the worse in the last couple of months or so. I hope he sticks it out.
That seat's getting hot.
I don't want to see this guy go. It is. Took off Shaqiri, got booed by the fans. And he's got a strong squad, though. The struggle does come together here and there. And you get Huss back on the field. My fantasy points.
You say Hussey?
No. Close, though.
Definitely did not. Yeah, I think he's the next one to get fired, man. Mark Hughes. Just keep an eye out for that.
No way, Paul Clement. Later.
Damn, yeah, Clement has to go. Poor guy. Yeah, Stokes on the slide, man. Stokes on the slide. 5 years to make something happen, and it looks like Arnautovic was that linchpin, man. As soon as he left, Stoke is now buckling. So we'll see what happens to them. But yeah, man, like we said, Burnley top 4, absolutely crazy run for them, and they seem like their feet are on the ground. They're losing defenders left and right, though. So we'll see how it goes for the 3rd-ranked best defense in the Premier League.
For Stoke, I'm really surprised that Affalay doesn't play more. When it comes down to it, he was on the bench, and when it comes down to it, he's a flair player. He's a creative player. He's someone that can make something happen. True, yeah, he's not the best player, but that's also why he's on Stoke at the moment. I think he needs to get on the field. He's almost in the situation that Morales was in Everton, I believe. He struggled to get on the field, but when he gets on the field, something always seems to come of it.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout, Huss. It's not a bad shout. I just think that's a great parallel right there. I think both those players, Morales and Affalay, they're in limbo right now. They're just a little bit in limbo.
Unfortunate for them. All right, that wraps it up for the Premier League coverage. 7 more games coming tomorrow, next match day. So we'll be covering those as well. But before we go, I wanted to touch on the Champions League round of 16 draw. Games happening in February 2018, but it was a hell of a draw, Tom.
Champions League draw. Why am I holding up an Arsenal ball? I don't know.
Because they're not in it.
They're not in it. Set myself up. Hey, look, man, there's a lot of juicy matchups in this. Okay, so we're just going to go through the matchups quickly. Get the boys. Just from your heart, what do you think? Off top, who do you think is going to win and advance to the next round? So the first one is Juventus against Tottenham here. This is new school versus old school, EPL versus Syria. Who do you guys got going through to the next round?
Got to be Spurs. They beat Real Madrid. They tied Real Madrid. This team is no joke when it comes to Europe. Juve, I think they've had their moment in the sun. Time to let that cow go to pasture, you know. I think Spurs is the better squad in this one, but you never know. League, they suck in the league right now, but I think they're going to focus on Europe for this season.
Huss.
Okay. That's a tough one. But, look, if Tottenham can do what they're doing with Ali not doing much right now, Dele Alli hasn't been doing much. Harry Kane has been off and on at the moment. I think Tiki was talking about Kara spotted out. They haven't really done much since that win against Real Madrid. They went on a huge losing streak. I think if they can find their form near the end of the winter schedule, I think they have a really good shot of beating Juventus, for the fact that also Juventus isn't even the top team in Italy at the moment. So
what does that mean, though?
They're not the dominant team that we've seen in the past, because, look, they're in third. Before, there'd be years that Juventus would be up 10, 15 points by now.
Yeah, they'd be like Man City of this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
But don't forget, Chelsea won the Champions League from 6th place, or 7th place that year, So it's the squad more than the league table position, in my book.
Yeah, and when it comes down to it, I think Bonucci's transfer hurt Juventus more than it helped AC Milan. So I think they're still trying to kind of like refine themselves almost. So I think Tottenham has
Spurs going through.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going Spurs.
Yeah, for now I got Spurs, man. It's hard to say. There's games in another 2 months. If Harry Kane goes down over this Christmas break, if Lamela starts to play well, if Juventus goes on a run. As of today, I'll say Spurs, because Spurs tends to be more attacking. They're playing up as well for the Champions League, considering Man City's basically wrapped this one up. So I think they'll be focusing intently on that, and they've killed it in the Champions League. They finished above Real Madrid.
Yeah, man.
You know what?
I'm with all you guys. EPL bias over here. Spurs goes through for me as well.
I'm actually going to take it back a little bit, because it all depends when Toby comes back.
Cool.
Next game.
Fair. FC Basel versus Manchester City. I mean, do we even need to?
No.
FC Basel.
Or a goal in any of the legs?
Yes. One.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Let's go one.
All right. So we'll give it a little bit of respect. They scored at home for sure.
Cool. All right. Next one.
Next one, FC Porto versus Liverpool.
Porto, all the way. Clean sheets on fleek. Let's go.
I mean, this isn't as easy as people think, but I do believe Liverpool will be going through. It really depends on the EPL schedule. I know that sounds redundant because so many managers bring that up, but injuries are so prone to happen during the winter schedule that if Liverpool can find themselves not injury-free, but mostly injury-free during the winter, then they should be going through.
It also depends if Klopp feels like playing the Fab Four, or if he's going to rest them for no particular reason.
He'll rest them, and he'll start Klavan and Lovren alongside each other. Relax. I got FC Porto going through. And I think it's gonna go.
Bro.
Nah, man. I think it's just it's again. It's the defense. I don't trust the defense. The attack, I do.
And you trust Porto's defense to
No, but I tell you what, I think they may outscore them. I think they may outscore Liverpool.
Well, they have to do that to win. I mean, if they don't outscore you, you can't win.
All right, next game.
All right, jokester. We got Real Madrid versus PSG in the Neymar setup right here, man. They set my guy up, man. Like, he could have won the Champions League in his first year. Of course, he gets the champions in Real Madrid.
I got PSG in this one only because they're hungry, man. There's a rift developing between Cristiano Ronaldo and Sergio Ramos, which leads me to believe that this may be Cristiano Ronaldo's last year at Real Madrid. The standards are super high. He's not doing well in La Liga. And yes, you can bring up Champions League, but La Liga is 38 games. Champions League is, I think, 16 if you win. No, not even 8 games. 16 if you win all of them, if I'm not mistaken. So if he's not doing well in the league, I don't think Champions League success is going to be enough to keep him there, getting booed, every weekend when he's not playing well.
What about the rift between Neymar and Cavani?
Nothing.
I don't know about
that
rift. I don't know about that rift. I know early in the season there was a rift. Since then, I haven't seen anything unless I missed something in the news, Tom.
No doubt. No, man. There's been PK decisions. Who takes the PK? I take it. No, I'm taking it.
That was early though, right? That hasn't.
That was like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
it's happened again though. It's happened again a little bit. So we'll see. But go ahead. Who's up next? Huss. Who you got going through?
So you know what? As much as you say that people are setting up PSG to lose, I think it's the other way around. I think that they're setting PSG up to win. I'm going with PSG because if PSG wins, I do think Cristiano does have a shot to not come back to Real Madrid, and that transfer of Neymar going over to Real becomes the biggest story of the summer.
Great shot.
I got Real Madrid winning this one, just based on their pedigree and their continued success in this competition, despite the loss to Spurs. I think they have it in them as long as barring major injuries to the back line. They need that back line fully fit if they're going to make it against Paris, because they have Mbappe, Cavani, Neymar. So, but I got Madrid. I got the boys coming through in the end.
Yeah, I'm with Al on this one. You guys are bugging. I mean, it's just too much. The midfield's too much. The defense too much. Attack is too much. Madrid.
Even though I had,
was it too much with Tottenham both legs?
Nah, they're figuring it out.
Man. They will.
They're figuring it out.
That was in PSG.
Yeah, there's cracks. You're not dealing with Neymar and Mbappe. There's cracks there. I don't think PSG is going to walk away with it, but I think PSG will edge them out, especially because they're starving for that. That's why Neymar's there, hungry for that tournament.
Especially with Real Madrid having the wingbacks going up so far. You have Mbappe and Neymar on the outsides. If they can get it over the top to those guys, it's going to be break.
Hey, Kurzawa has been made to look like a fraud at times too on PSG. So, hey, you want to compare left backs? I'll pick Marcelo over Kurzawa.
It's going to be a hell of a game. Next one.
Next game, another setup here. Chelsea versus Barcelona. Rewind back to the Andres Iniesta at Stamford Bridge. Ping with the left foot up a 90 against Petr Cech. These two teams have some history within the Champions League. But as far as the PFC show goes, who do you guys think will be
Messi never scored against Chelsea still in his career. Chelsea have Barcelona's number in this competition. One of the few teams that actually has managed to beat them multiple times in the past. It's going to be tough. I got Barcelona, man. Too strong. Chelsea, too defensive. Getting it rolled over. That's
Just
it.
me?
Yep.
This is an interesting matchup because this is career defining for Eden Hazard. Because when it comes down to it, Chelsea has to beat Barcelona right now for Eden Hazard to be considered top 10 in the world. Because this is no doubt Hazard's team. Yes, Fabregas is in the middle. You got Morata going on in there. You got Courtois in the back. You got Cahill and David Luiz. You have all those guys.
So Hazard, sorry to cut you off, mate. So Hazard Chelsea has to beat Barca for Hazard's individual talent to be validified?
Yes. To be one of the best in the world, and not just top 10
right now.
But I'm talking about even Ballon d'Or, any of these top trophies, he will not even be sniffed at if he cannot beat Barcelona right now.
All right, let's agree to disagree for the sake of moving on.
I like Huss's angle of Hazard. This is a statement game for Chelsea. This Chelsea group, I think this Chelsea group is held together by very, very thin glue. And getting crashed out of the Champions League, I think, is going to be a trigger for guys like Willian to start looking around, Batshuayi looking around, and even Hazard looking around. So if they lose to Barcelona respectively, maybe two goal differential aggregate, then okay, maybe they can hold this together. But if Barca comes in and outclasses them, it becomes 4-5 deficit, then I think Chelsea's a team that's going to fall apart. That said, I think this is all they're playing for. Like we said with Tottenham, like I'm going to say with United, everyone else, I think they're playing for the Champions League. So I think Conte, when it comes down to it, he's a tactician in a two-leg game. Brilliant at that, and Barcelona is not the strongest Barca we've seen, so I got Chelsea going through.
Wow,
but they're still destroying La Liga. They're still destroying La Liga.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
This team they're not the strongest, but they're performing,
Yeah, but Real Madrid's not destroying La Liga, but they're doing well in Champions. Like it's a two-leg tournament.
I'd love to see Barca go down, man. I hate Barca. I'd love to see him go down.
I will say though that this will be a close draw, a close tie. I think N'Golo Kante will be an X factor in how he breaks up play amongst the Barcelona midfield, and Morata as well will be key. And then Messi, Al mentioned Messi never scored against Chelsea. He had also never scored against Gianluigi Buffon, and he managed to put two past them. So don't hold on to that type of history.
Yeah, those things.
Was that this season, or that was last year? That was the group stage.
Yep.
Right. I love the fact that you brought up Conte because last year we talked about how he was with Leicester, he was with Chelsea, won EPL titles back to back, Player of the Year, and the one thing that we always had, the one question we always had was how he's going to do in Champions League. Well, we're going to find out.
That's right. Next game, Bayern Munich versus Besiktas. I mean, this is another one that appears to be a TCB. Will Besiktas even get a goal?
I respect Besiktas. Love what they did. First time into the knockout stage in the club's history of the Champions League. Sorry, guys. Off you go. Terrible draw. Should have got Porto or someone a roll of the dice, but nah, man. This is TCB Barca.
For sure.
TCB Bayern.
Huss?
I don't know if it's TCB. You know what? I kind of want to roll the dice on this one. You know what? Yeah. Bayern out. Besiktas in.
Yeah, right.
That's clickbait right there. That's what that is.
Silliness. He's trolling.
I don't know.
Bayern have.
We never thought they were going to top the group.
Stop it,
dog. You trolling.
This is Jupp Heynck's second time or third time at the club. I mean, he led them to the treble last time he was there. He knows how to win this competition in recent memory. And it's mainly the same squad, minus a couple players. I think Bayern, no chance. I mean, there might be a chance, but no problem is what I mean to say. No problem for Bayern.
I mean, we got Pepe, we got Quaresma. Come on now.
All right, moving on.
Grado, we got some plays over there.
The last of the EPL teams to discuss Sevilla versus Manchester United. Look at that cheesy ass smile on Tequela's face right there. It's just so cheesy.
Man, this is a tricky draw. I think this is the trickiest draw of the next round. Sevilla team with a habit of upsetting teams. I think we should beat them. We beat them, I think, in the Europa.
Liverpool did.
Did they?
No, they didn't.
Nope.
Sevilla have a habit of choking in the Champions League, though. They ball in the Europa.
Look, but a team that chokes over and over again, one day is going to stop choking. And you just hope you're not the team to upset him. It's like that kid who gets bullied and bullied and bullied. One day, he's going to punch back, and you hope you're not that dude who gets punched back. So
yeah, but Spurs will always choke. But keep going.
I think it should be United, assuming Pogba is not getting silly red cards, assuming there are no major injuries, everyone's healthy. It'll be a tough, tight two-leg game, but I think United will edge them out.
All these assumptions, Huss.
Look, United, Sevilla, and Liverpool, Porto. Those are the two draws that are that bring the most questions. Liverpool obviously didn't beat Sevilla in Europa. But when it came down to the group stage, Liverpool should be in Sevilla both times by many goals. The thing is that
Man United beat them.
But what I'm saying is that Liverpool has an offense that can get out in front of you really quick. United has to do that against Sevilla, because if Sevilla can find their feet before United can grab a goal or two, Sevilla has a very good chance to upsetting United.
Yeah, they got character, man. They're not afraid to fight back. I'm not afraid of Sevilla, but I'm not going to take them lightly. But I got my boys going through. Let's go Reds.
Yeah, I got Man United going through. I think the Sevilla boys will be a little bit too starstruck by the likes of Ibrahimovic, Pogba, and all the cast. Last game, very interesting one. I think this is the most difficult one to predict.
Wild card.
Shakhtar Donetsk, that's right, versus Roma. AS Roma. Who goes through?
This is a great matchup, man. This is a great matchup.
Roma goes through. Plain and simple, Roma goes through. I think it's one of those matchups where if it was an English team, we'd be like, okay, this is a tight matchup. It's a similar matchup to Manchester United, Sevilla, or Liverpool, Porto, in that these two teams are somewhat not evenly matched, but are in the same neighborhood as far as Champions League performances of late. But AS Roma, man, when it comes down to it, these guys have been there, done that, are the more pedigreed of the teams, where Shakhtar, I think, is more of a dark horse team. I see Roma.
Shakhtar's always in the Champions League, though.
Automatic. It's all those Brazilians, bro. And right now they got Bernard, who's doing it big. One more season like this, he's gonna go off to Italy or wherever he wants, maybe China, like Teixeira did a few years ago. But yeah, man, AS Roma, I think, just has the class to get through this one. Won't be easy, no disrespect to Shakhtar, but I got AS Roma.
I think everyone knows my love for Shakhtar because they get fast players and Brazilians who have flair. So love watching them. But I think they snuck through the group. So Roma, they're going to sneak through. And real quick, to touch back on what you said about Lukaku and Pogba and how Sevilla is going to be starstruck, that's asinine. They're a top 6 team in La Liga. They play with Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi and Neymar when he was there, Iniesta, Cruz, all those guys. So they're not going to be starstruck at all.
Okay.
I got Shakhtar. I got the Shakhtar. I got them going through. I mean, this is going to be a great non-partisan match to watch for everybody. I mean, just to see who comes through. All eyes going to be off this fixture too. But I just want to go back real quick, not to backpedal, to Besiktas and Vincent Aboubakar. Might be a problem for Bayern. He's got 12 goals in the league so far this season, 19 in all comps. He's in fine goal scoring form. I'd like to see him trouble. Those are the wrong stats. I'm sorry.
And this is why we don't go back in time.
I know. Trouble for
the stats are from last season, man.
What I will say, though, about this Roma Shakhtar Donetsk fixture, I think it's going to be a close one. I think Perotti is going to show that he truly is class. I think that's a guy who's ready to step up to the next level. And I do think it will be close. I see Roma going through on PKs.
Wow.
Cool. I hope he does, because I'm selling like 4 of his cards on FIFA Ultimate Team right now, and hopefully someone buys them.
He's a problem. All right, well, if you guys want to get any other updates about Huss's FIFA Ultimate Team, hit him up on Facebook. But nah, all jokes aside, we appreciate you guys liking our stuff, loving the content, and please continue to support us through iTunes, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and yeah.
Cool, guys. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Later.
Deuces.